whether we're trying to become more attractive to the opposite sex, or we're just trying to be able to connect better with people, with strangers especially, because that's where our real anxiety kicks in. When somebody we don't know, it's like, oh my God, can I let myself out? Is it safe to let myself out, right? Or if it's in business, same thing. We get bombarded with information showing us how to get to the next step, how to get to where we want to go, right? The 10 keys to financial freedom, or have your ex-boyfriend text you back in 3 simple moves. Whatever any of the information is that we get, all the information that we get in is showing us how to get to the goal, how to get to the next step, how to get to where we want to go, right? How to fulfill the desire to get somewhere else. But the problem is that in pursuing those desires to get somewhere else, or thinking that we need to go somewhere else, we're missing everything that's happening right now, right? We're not able to appreciate what's happening right now. So essentially what we're doing is we're programming our minds. Now this might just be a human thing, where we're so set on how to get to the next step that once we actually get there, it's fun for like 5 seconds. And then suddenly our minds go, oh, well, that was good, but now this is coming to an end, so I have to find the next thing, right? And then we take in more information on how to get to the next step, and to the next step, and to the next step. And we're basically on a solo race to the grave. And we miss all the beauty that's unfolding right now. So I was in the airport the other day. I shouldn't say the other day, it was last month. But I was in the passport line, and there's a guy in front of me. He was an older guy with his wife, and he was just like bouncing up and down, waiting to get through the airport check. I was like, God, there's only one person working there. And there weren't that many people. There were like 10 people in front of us. But he's like, can't they put another person in here? I just need to get through the passport check so I can get to the other side. And he was just getting so mad. And he was, asking the person who was in control of the lines, like, can you just call somebody to get another person to put another airport check there, another passport check guy there. And so, well, it was funny. I was right behind him, and as his turn finally came up after a few minutes, and he got through, and he wasn't even going anywhere because he had to get his baggage. So he was standing there waiting for the baggage, doing the exact same thing, just dying to get out of there for no reason. But it's this very mindset of, I need to get to the next place because it's going to be more fun when I get there. It's going to be more enjoyable once I get to that next spot. And what that causes, in my mind, is a huge sense of anxiety, a sense of, oh my God, anywhere but right here. And I think that's what we do so much in our daily lives, especially if we're working a 9-to-5 job, is that, we'll be waiting in line for lunch or something, or to get like a juice. And we're like, God, can't this line just go faster? And that's happened to me before too. I was standing at a smoothie place in Santa Barbara, and this guy was just waiting for his juice, and I asked him, hey, what kind of juice you getting? He's like, I don't know, these guys are taking forever. And he got his juice and left, and he was in his suit, right? And so he probably went back to his office, and he's probably working through the day, trying to get through that Wednesday to try to get to Friday, right? To enjoy his weekend. Maybe he had a date or something, and if that date didn't go well, then he probably got more and more anxious, worked through the week to try to get to the next weekend. Or maybe he was working and saving up for that holiday, going somewhere, maybe he was going to Hawaii or something for the week. And so use all of this anxiety, all this push to get to somewhere else. Finally, he gets to Hawaii for the week, and he's spending 3 days there, and it's amazing for 3 days. But by the end, you realize suddenly, well, this is coming to an end. And it's this spike in the experience of life, right? We're experiencing a big spike. And we want that spike, we want that cookie, we want that good stuff. But as we realize that we're on it, once we hit it, we also at the same time realize that it's a passing thing. So it starts, our feeling of it starts going down even before the experience is over. So halfway through that week, you might think, oh my God, it's going to be Sunday pretty soon. Back to the grind. And we can't even enjoy the moment that we're having now. So it's a series of spikes. And that is what life is. I mean, life is going to be a progression of beautiful moments and of sad moments and of things, of moments where a lot of things are happening and of moments where not much is happening at all. But if we're only living for the spikes and we're not living for the valleys, we're missing the entire process. And the beauty of life itself, I think, the beauty of the unfolding of life, the very romance that we're looking for, the inspiration that we're looking for, the seduction, seducing ourselves in the process of our own lives, is missed when we're only looking for the peaks and we're not living for the valleys.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. I agree. We're addicted to pleasure, and we don't know how to find it right now. It's like pleasure's always somewhere else. waiting for our high.
Yeah.
Yeah, always like existing in either the future or the past. Yeah, this has been like a really good example of that this week. Just like being on vacation for an entire week almost. It's like at times I'm like, I can't wait to get back to just like regular life, or to go on our trip to Mexico. And it's like, this is ridiculously awesome. Just trying to like savor.
Yeah.
Just like savor every moment.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's where a lot of the anxiety comes from too. It's not just anxiety to try to get somewhere in the future, but even the anxiety of trying to stay present now. Of course, you can never force yourself to try to do it. And on the flip side, you always are present no matter what, because the only thing that ever happens is happening now.
Yeah.
But when we try to do it and we say, God, I just want to enjoy the moment, just please, I don't want to think about all that other stuff, just help me enjoy it. That takes us right out of it again.
Yeah. I think like emotion and experiences is all based on a spectrum of highs and lows. So it's like the deeper we allow ourselves to feel low is like the more that we can feel high. So it's like being fully in this spectrum all the time, like being able to drop really low allows us to really rise up, and vice versa. It really is just being able to be whatever is showing up in your life.
Yeah.
That thing you just threw with your hand is like, that's exactly it, right? It's an up and it's a down. It's a down, but it's not it's not a hard up, hard down, and it's not a hard up. It's a constant flow like this.
Yeah.
Because it's like what you said. The deeper you can experience, you're making way for a higher experience.
Yeah, it's like digging. And it's more that you dig, like the more it opens up this way. So it's all about like spectrum.
Yeah, yeah, and out of all of the pleasure comes the pain, right? But out of all the pain comes the pleasure once again. So it's a constant flow. And it's the same thing in a relationship. We're always trying to make our relationships perfect. It's got to be exactly right. But as we know, the most beautiful relationships, the most beautiful people, are when we can appreciate the imperfection and the perfection, right? So it's not simply a matter of perfection in imperfection. It's out of imperfection itself arises perfection, and out of the perfection itself arises imperfection, and so on and so on and so on. And it's experiencing that cycle of life, experiencing that heartbeat of reality.
And just changing your definition of what reality is, or changing your definition of success or joy or pleasure, and just letting it be completely neutral and open and beautiful, in every process and every part, every phase.
Mushroom time?
Mushroom time.
Namaste.
Get the noodles in there. Come over here.
I'm in my like underwear in one of my videos.
You want to be in the pool?
Ooh.
Like chilling in the pool with the background.
Should I be in the pool?
Might be kind of funny. Or you're just sitting on the ledge. You can just sit on the ledge and put your feet in. Scrunch up your pants.
Put my feet in.
Or just sit
Move
on
the water gun
ledge.
though.
Or just don't get in the water. You have 10 options.
Yeah, tell him.
Yeah, noodle.
Get out of my pool.
Get out of there. Fucking noodle.
Fucking noodle.
Okay.